Right, joining us now, EFF spokesperson Leigh-Ann Mathys on the line, the Economic Freedom Fighters National Spokesperson. Good evening, and thank you very much, Leigh-Ann, for your time and condolences to the party. And I know you are mourning alongside the Gardee family during this time. Maybe just your own reflection on Hillary Gardee. Many people might not know her. How did you know her, and what kind of a personality was she?
Well, I pretty much knew her through our former Secretary General, Commissar Godrich. So he spoke very highly about her. He was a very hands-on father. So we were obviously both officials at the same time. So we would always have those moments of she's gotten into school, she's doing IT. She's a very warm person, and he brought that out in her a lot. So we'd be sitting sometimes and chatting, and she'd call, and he might have been in one of his moods of, we need to get this done, and maybe frustrated about something, but there was just a calming effect that she had on him. So we appreciated that part that she played in his life and how he was able to serve us as a Secretary General.
At any point, did he get a sense that her security could be at risk and jeopardized? I mean, I know as the EFF you conduct some security assessments on the higher profile officials now and again to determine the security risk at their level. But how often do you look at their family members?
Well, we do, and we do have our security team to do that, but we honestly didn't see this one coming, and neither did Minister Bheki Cele at all. I mean, I was talking to him on Friday. I called him about something else, and he was like, oh, I have to call you back. I just got a message that my daughter's missing. So it wasn't something that that he was expecting and something that we would have expected at this time. So we didn't have any intelligence that anybody was at risk at this point. But also outside of these duties as being a former Secretary General and also as a Commissar of the EFF, he also has his own law firm. So there might have been security risks in regards to that. And it might just be that it's just the ridiculously high rates of murder and gender-based violence in this country that is happening. And we have the police, Bheki Cele, and while we appreciate his efforts and saying he's going to resolve this case in 72 hours, it's still heartbreaking because when you go on social media every single day, like you go on your timeline and there is always somebody who has gone missing, even young schoolgirls, like 12, 11, 9 years old. What happens to them and what happens to their family? Our system is just broken. It is deeply broken. We do not have the will, we do not have the desire, well, at least the ANC government, to fix this. Yeah. It can't be that the situation is getting worse and worse year in, year out, day in and day out. It means that we're not fixing it. We just talk and we pay lip service to trying to stop the ridiculously high crime rates in this country, murder rates, and then worse for gender-based violence against women and children.
Speaking of the police minister's reaction, I mean, he says it could be a number of things. It could be criminality linked to economic activity. It could be criminality linked to politics. Are you, as a party, looking at all those possibilities?
Well, no, not at the moment. I mean, it's a very horrible time now, and it's just trying for us to just process what has happened in the brutal way in which she was taken away from us. Those decisions and what needs to happen will obviously happen after we, visited the family and our condolences and see what support the family needs from us at this point. But right now, it's really just a very deeply grieving moment for us as a party.
The leader of the party seems to have been really impacted by this. I mean, his tweet would tell you that he is, of course, feeling that those who are behind this must be captured, and he says, in fact, we will get them. I suppose, in a sense, reflecting the deep pain that he is feeling at this particular point. But when you look at the issue that was raised of the missing person on Friday, and now it is Tuesday, in the morning that the body is discovered. What is your reflection on the functionality of the missing persons unit in terms of policies, in terms of procedures, and whether or not there's something that can be done to improve our response?
Yeah, I think, number one, this 24 or 72 hours before you can report an adult missing is something that needs to be looked at, because generally those are the critical times that if someone is missing, you're more likely to find them. So after 24 hours or after 72 hours, anything could have happened from then, and that's only the time when they can open cases. But the truth is that the police do not have capacity, and part of the situation or the situation, it just happened that it happened to be our former Secretary General, so they happened to push in more resources. But there are so thousands of other missing people that do not have the same access, that go missing, and the police will just go and report, and if they even send out anybody to look for a body, you'd be very lucky. So we need to change that, and the same energy that has been spent or put in to look for Hillary should be for every South African out there.
Yeah. What is the priority message, I suppose, from the economic freedom fighters at this time to the broader community and society, maybe in as far as the call for help in finding what is, or the criminals that are behind this, but also in terms of condolences to the family?
Well, firstly, we'd just like to, we've gotten like overwhelming support and messages of sympathy from all political parties, from the media. It has been very overwhelming for myself and Commissioner and our other spokesperson, receiving just messages and just calls sending their condolences. So we really do appreciate all that is coming in. And once we have grieved, you can be sure, and as the CIC has stated, that we will put all our efforts and energy into finding who the culprits are and making sure that justice is served.